training series Heaven Here, released in fall 2019. Shelley is also the founder of the event series Healing, that produces protests based in wellness to powerfully rejuvenate and inspire communities. Give it up for Shelley, y'all.
What is it to be a woman? A thread of stories connected to a multitude, woven. Every loom, an infinite narrative formed from you. A mystic unity of empathy, compassion, and grit, a subtle care only your palms can match. My grandmother is 101 years young. Her hands are the softest fabric of vein and fine lines. Her gentle soul knows mine in daily lit sewing rooms, textile scraps, drowned in warm island accent in an apartment on St. Andrews. She carried me, you know. We carried one another. See, when we become, we are a seed in our mother's womb, a cell within an infant within the womb of our grandmothers, all three of us knowing one another before we understood anything. I already carry the makeup of daughters and granddaughters. May they take my name, one by blood and word, 2 and 3, 5 generations touch heaviness, dense illusions may surround, but we thrive in the unknown. We each birthed humanity in a void. Our lineage expands a spiral path. Red earth, barefoot, mortar to cassava or masa, long walks to work or for fresh water, packages of gifts or life-saving necessity. We carry the source within our palms, within our wombs, within our heart centers. Our love knows no bounds. What is it to be a woman? To be feminine is to master completion, to feel fully. May our bond exist with strength another one needs to go on. May our service be the reason someone else believes again. May we be known as sacred. What is it to be a woman? Woven, a thread of stories connected to a multitude. Every loom an infinite narrative formed from you, a mystic unity of compassion, grit, and empathy, a subtle care only your palms can match. Ashe. Yeah, that's my gentle little piece I wrote called Woven. And my grandmother is 101 years young, hailing from Kingston, Jamaica. She currently lives in Pasadena, and when I was asked to write a poem about women, I can only think about her, all the things that she is and was and did, and how tightly she tied my hair, and all the dresses she made, and all the food she cooked, and all of the things that she did for my mother, and that's why I am here. And so it's so amazing to think about legacy and the multitude of ways that women are impacted in our lives and form us and love us. And so it's Women's Herstory Month, so I'm just really grateful to share that piece with you all. And I definitely identify as a Black queer woman, and I'm from Los Angeles, and I'm an artist and an activist and a community organizer and a light worker. But really, I'm just a person who lives in the city who can't help but feel being the being that I am, empathy for my brothers and sisters and siblings, and feel the moment in time that we're in, and feel that I have another poem. And in the poem, I tell all these stories, but ultimately, it should remind us that one person's suffering is all of us suffering. It only takes one story to realize that one person's suffering is all of us suffering. So when we fight for liberation, and we fight for equal rights for women, and we fight for Black Lives Matter movements, and we fight for queer folks, we're recognizing that one person's liberation is all of our liberation. And if one person is not free, that structure creates a reason that other folks can be imprisoned and other folks can be held from their rights. And so it's so important for me. It's like I can't help but talk about this. I can't help but have this experience. And so that's why I do the work that I do with an organization called Healing, that I started a year ago, and I have one of my dear friends here, Erin, who's going to speak to you in a bit about her activism work. But a lot of us in Los Angeles felt so moved and called to do something in response to all of the Black Lives Matter protests from June last year. So what I do is I help plan an alternative form of protest based in wellness and music and meditation, and we meet at the ocean, and we wear white, and we give flowers, which is a traditional offering in West African spirituality, and we bring another aspect of what liberation looks like. For me, liberation looks like the freedom to connect to whatever spirit is calling of me. For me, liberation feels like the freedom to breathe air and be in nature. To me, freedom looks like joy and just having an unapologetic joy. And I want to cultivate spaces like that for all of us to remember that's why we're fighting. And so you can find me at Artist Shelley Bruce on Instagram. You can find Day of Healing 2020 on Instagram. But please stay in touch. We're actually planning our next protest, our first one of the year, on spring equinox, which is the Earth's new year, on March 21st in Santa Monica, because the last thing I want to say is we're still here. Black people, we're still here. We're still taking up space. We're still claiming space. It doesn't matter if you gentrify our neighborhoods or try and not have our stories trending in the media. We're going to continue to fight for liberation. Black Lives Matter wasn't a trend of last year. Black healing matters. Black lives still matter. And so that's the work I'm committed to doing through my art, through my organizing, and I hope that you follow me for the journey. That's a bit about me and what I do. I'm just, I guess, a woman in this city, and this is how I feel to contribute to the next generations to come after me. So thank you all so much. Much love, and yeah, thank you. Bye.
Clap it up. That was Shelly. Oh, that was inspiring. I need to go to the next one. March 21st. Yeah. I gotta find white. Okay. White tea, okay. So Erin DeGroff, she's next. A Los Angeles-based artist, originally from the South. Okay. She's a photographer, painter, writer, and intuitive healer. She does it all. She owns and runs an organization called We the Movement LA. The mission is to continue to create safe space for people to explore mind, body, spirit, art, and activism. Come on, girl, let's go. Come on.
Hi, y'all. Thanks for the lovely intro. Can y'all hear me okay? Cool. So thanks, Adam. Thanks, everybody who's here. I appreciate just this space. It's beautiful. Before I introduce myself, I want to ask everybody that's in here to take a big breath with me, just to help my nerves and help the energy flow between us. Y'all inhale with me. Let it out with a big sigh. Y'all gonna do one more? I didn't hear you. One more. Cool, thank you, I appreciate that. So yes, my name is Erin DeGroff. I am an artist. I do many things. More than anything, I just show up presently where I'm called to. I started off my artistry a long time ago, probably about 15 years ago now, diving into photography. I think it's the first thing that really allowed me to be present in the world that I was experiencing, but also be present in this very real reality that I had as a mixed girl in the South back in, the early 2000s? So, yeah, finding my artistic expression, my artistic freedom early on was a huge gift, and since then it has been expanding in tremendous ways. I think, much like many women, especially women of color, we have experienced feeling disconnected from the world that we're experiencing around us. We've experienced everything from joy to deep sadness. We've experienced how to carry the world on our shoulders, but also to like still be humble and show up in our fullness. So it is a gift to be a woman. It is a gift to be able to expand and explore different aspects of my experience and my artistry. So in the last year since the pandemic, and even before that, stepping into writing, stepping into painting, expanding my photography skills, sharing my voice, becoming vulnerable, stepping into all of the things that are a little bit scary, has led me to owning a nonprofit called We the Movement. And last year when the riots happened on La Brea and Fairfax and at Pan Pacific Park, that next week, myself, among 17 other amazing human beings, by the grace of the universe, met and broke the record for the second largest protest in LA. And by that weekend, we were like, okay, cool, we're a group. How do we show up and hold space for people who are in solidarity with Black lives, or who are also just wanting to share themselves because we've been locked up and cooped in the house. So that continued all summer, and it was a beautiful experience to like be literally on these streets of LA, in downtown, in Hollywood, in Santa Monica, marching with 3,000 people behind me, anywhere from 10 people to 10,000. You know, just to hold space for people that look like me and people that don't look like me, and to have a team around me, with me, supporting that was a true honor. So going forward, we are continuing to hold space, partnering with people like Shelly and her event, we're a Day of Healing, partnering with people like Osiris with his organization called Flow. So in doing that, I think the continued message and the continued intention is to really create space that is like this, where people can show up in their vulnerability, can explore mind, can explore body, can explore spirit, can explore activism, and be held in that. So that's kind of one part of my life. The other part of my life that I want to share with you tonight is a personal question that I've been asking myself, which is, who is the woman between the scales? So if I'm associating myself as a Libra, which I do, I very much think of myself as always balancing, considering every angle of everything. And I think even outside of associating to the identity of a Libra, I think that's what women do in general. We are able to see everything, process, and carry the moon and the sun, and we birth worlds, and we birth human beings, we birth life. We're womb and man. So something that I recognized the other day was was that I have two tattoos on my wrist. On my right side, which is associated with masculine energy, I have the tattoo Je suis là, which is I am here in French. And on my left side, which is identified as the woman's side, the moon, I have an infinite symbol. So I've been sitting with the idea that as I'm balancing the energies in me of masculine and feminine, that if inside of me I always know that my divine masculine is here and present with my divine feminine, that my divine feminine will continue to show up infinite and in support and in creation with my divine masculine. So I think of that as this ever embodying infinite way of existing, and I want to share that with all of you who are watching, all of you in the room, that I think the ultimate woman, the ultimate person is one that is present with all of the energies that exist within them. So thank you for listening, for sharing this space with me, for sharing your hearts, for sharing your gifts. All of the things above. Black lives do still matter. Thank you, Shelly, for saying that. Show up for yourself this year. I think if anything last year taught us is to dive into your vulnerability, dive into your womanhood, dive into your craft. There's nothing that we can lose in doing that. And aside from that, I love you guys, and thanks. Appreciate it.
So beautiful. No, for real. Very beautiful. That was beautiful. It made me calm down. I wish we would have did that inhaling and exhaling before I got on stage because it would have calmed down my nerves. I'm calm now. But I'm about to turn it back up real quick. Next we have is Jasmine Hunter. Jasmine Hunter is an upcoming Los Angeles singer and lyricist, an R&B singer with an indie and pop twist. Ooh, that's different. Twist it up.
Hello, my name is Jasmine Hunter. As she said, I am an R&B singer prominently, but I do like to switch it up. I love different genres of music. My whole life, I've been a lover of music and artistry and poetry. And today, I'd like to share with you some of my music. I firstly want to recognize the fact that it is Women's History Month. And women, we are so powerful. Shelly and Aaron could not have put it any better, okay? We birth worlds. We are the creators of life, Black women especially. So, had to put that out there. So the first song that I'll be performing is called Bloom. I wrote this song in 2019, and it was a time in my life where I felt like I was in a shadow period. I felt as if I was going through a lot of self-reflection, and I knew that it was time for me to begin emerging. And when I say emerging, I mean spiritually emerging, coming of self, recognizing who I am, recognizing my power. And so this song represents everything that I want to be when I am in my power. Someone who loves life, who shares love with others, someone who travels, someone who just enjoys being alive. So I'll start with Bloom. Masculine and feminine, darkness and light. They're separate, but they flow into one another. That flow is called equilibrium, and we're in that flow. We just have to learn to accept each other, do no harm, and let people be who they want to be, even if we don't understand. Fresh air, no cares, my chakras are aligned. Release what ain't mine. Now I can truly shine. I was in the dark for so long. Developing like a photo. Sacrifice with my growth. Yeah. But I finally emerged, and I fly like a bird after so many moons. I can finally bloom, spending my days in the sun, understanding we are one. What I do to you, I do to me. So let's treat us all equally. Okay, just to do a little backup, I just want to let you guys know that song was produced by my friend, and his Instagram is Sounds by Musa, great producer. And you can also find me on Apple Music or any other streaming service under Jasmine Hunter in case you wanted to hear that song. The next song I'll be performing is called Pure Gold. I wrote this song in 2018 just for fun. I love the beat. My friend sent it to me. He's also a producer. He goes by Louis G. Louis G like Luigi, but it's whatever. So basically, he gave me this beat, and I loved it, and it felt smooth. It felt like a song you could listen to while you're driving, and I just made it for fun. But also, as a woman, I feel that we don't really get the chance to fully embrace our sexuality without being shamed, as we all know. And so a part of the song was really for me to embrace my sexuality and to embrace the male-female dynamic when there's, you know, an attraction being felt, and you kind of like, he fine, you know? So that was really what this song was about. So let me sing it for you. Wrong song. Sorry. You pulled up in a Beamer, white smile and a clean cut. Walking through the room, I could tell by your demeanor that you kinda fly, but I'm kinda shy, so I didn't approach. I just gave you the eye. I know you caught that vibe, 'cause you threw it right back. Yeah, I got it like that. Yeah, I got it like that. No need to play no role. Was waiting on you at the door. Was down to risk it all. As soon as you said hello. Attraction is on level 10. And boy, you got me open, got me feeling like I'm floating. I'm trying to do whatever you want to, 'cause you make me so comfortable. Chemistry is pure gold. Pure gold. Pure gold. Pure gold. Pure. Seeing you for a few weeks, holding back my inner freak. Every time increase, I think it's about that time for me to finally unwind. I'm certain you gon' love everything I got in mind. When you deep inside, I'ma throw it right back. Yeah, you got it like that. Yeah, you got it like that. Can't play no role, don't wanna take it slow. Christina Milian, I'ma dip it low. 'Cause you got everything that I like. Not only are you fine, but you sweet. Not only are you smart, but you street. The perfect balance of quality. I'm ready to show you a new side. 'Cause there ain't no reason to wait. I know that you've been wanting a taste. So let me put it in your face. Attraction is on level 10. And boy, you got me open, got me feeling like I'm floating. I'm trying to do whatever you want to, 'cause you make me so comfortable. Chemistry is pure gold. Pure gold. Pure gold. Pure gold. Pure. Yes, pure gold. And this is like my second performance ever. So I just had to put that out there. The nerves are here and they're strong. But I'm trying to power through them. Okay, one more song. And this song is called Two Step. It's a fun song to dance to, or, just to play at like a wedding, or like just somewhere where you're like, you're just off the drinks and it's just good vibes, So I wanted to pretty much sing the song for everyone to just vibe to. Okay, it's called Two Step. I was cruising down La Cienega, about to merge on Fairfax. Got a Brazilian wax and a pedicure in LA traffic, but I'm relaxed. When I woke up, something told me it was gonna be a good day. Then we locked eyes, I was hypnotized, had to tell the pussy behave. And from that day, you live in my head. Next thing I knew, I'm laying in your bed. Put up a defense from a bad experience. So let's take it slow like we doing a two-step. Apply pressure, be consistent now, let my guard down. I don't show it, but I'm always wishing you were around. One day I'll show you how I feel and be vulnerable. Unspoken connection, but I just gotta make sure. And every day, you live in my head. Next thing I knew, I'm laying in your bed. Put up a defense from a bad experience. So let's take it slow like we doing a two-step. Left to right, left to right, side to side, side to side. I wanna slide, back to love, yeah. Left to right, side to side, side to side. I wanna slide, back to love. Follow your feet, I'll take your lead. Got a two-step, back to love. Follow your feet, I'll take your lead. Got a two-step, back to love. And every day, you live in my head. Next thing I knew, I'm laying in your bed. Put up a defense from a bad experience. So let's take it slow like we're doing a two-step. And that's me. Thank you. I really appreciate the energy from all of you. And I just want to say, I made a mistake. I'm aware of that. But at the end of the day, we're imperfect, we're human, and I'm actually glad I made that mistake to show you that I'm still proud of myself. Thank you.
Girl, you did such a beautiful thing. And y'all heard me in the beginning. I made a mistake. A lot of mistakes reading this. I told you I ain't read since the pandemic. Since everything shut down, my brain shut down, I ain't read in a long time. So we all make mistakes, right? Yes. That was beautiful. And this was my first time hearing her sing. Girl, keep doing what you're doing. So the next person that I'm about to introduce is Tiff Cole. Let me tell you a little background story. Tiff Cole, I've been knowing Tiff Cole for some years now, and I've seen her grow. She has grown into, y'all gonna see her soon. Not only on this stage, but she gonna be on a lot of other stages, okay? I'm gonna just tell you that. But Tiff Cole is an independent artist from the Crenshaw District. She loves the Crenshaw District. She gonna represent. She's a rapper, a poet, an entrepreneur with a brand called Define Perfect. Mind you, I'm wearing one of her shirts right now. So, come on, Tip Cole, do what you do.
What's going on with y'all? How y'all doing? Good. Yeah, I'm Tiff Cole, y'all. I ain't, but hey, shout out to Simone. I have been on her for a really long time. She's been supporting me. I'm real honored to be up here. I appreciate her. And everybody, y'all, really, had me real humble. I love every performance that you guys was doing. Jazz, I've been on her for a long time, too, man. Shout out to everything you've been doing. And shout out to all y'all right here, too, man. Shout out to every woman across the globe. You know what I'm saying? We are omnipotent. We're capable, able to do anything, to accomplish anything. There's no limit to us. There's no limit to success. And we just got to keep going. So I'm about to perform some of my songs. All right. The first one is called Slide Through. I literally just dropped this video yesterday, I believe. So, yeah. Holla at me. It's luxury. Y'all mind if I? Yeah. Listen. Faxing off like I work for the airport and top notch in. She don't escort and all that's my love. Down sound like she come from the A. And down ass bitch, what you call her, your baby? Right up on the dash, I call her Katie, carrying the bag and tucked up in the family ties. The Parkers maybe. Monique and Kim, I take the Chevy Classic over the cool Mercedes. I'm just zooming by. Not gonna say these bitches try me, but they just doing bad. I need one 3 times better than that. And you can't even like Oswald, cause she not doing the cat. Niggas scream they fucking hoes, they main bitch, this low as cap. I'm letting off stupid, I'm not holding back. Anything I push it forward, it just holding you back. Uncle Pete used to throw the SIM cards away like the phone was tapped. Hit him over the 897 number after B. I have a child, she take the footsteps after G. I'm so gutter, my soul gutter. And Cronus is up in my league, I'm no other. King Parade the hood looking like Coachella. King Parade the hood looking like Coachella. I took too many losses learning how to cope better. So get off reload, 91 premium. He would have been somebody if they would have believed in him. Don't even lock niggas up no more, just throw him up in a body bag. Don't even want his family just to see him. I met a lady who told me that she loved kids, but the world is too cruel just to bring them. And how life is shut up, she don't got time to love them and barely just to feed them. And that was just a few reasons. I wish it wasn't like this, but it is. I wish I wasn't like this, but it is. And Slide Through has so many followers that people don't even surprise you. I've been married to the game, never have to say I do. But I don't condone it, I won't, but I will. I'ma die back, but call me Tiffany Blue and rock like I'm signed with Jay and his crew. But it's luxury, you hear me? I slide through, slide through, slide through, slide through, yeah, slide through, slide through. It's just gonna slide through. I got one question, it's gonna slide through. But listen, have so many followers, baby, people surprise you. I've been married to the game, have to say I do. Luxury. Been married to the game, have to say I do. I've been married to the game, have to say I do. I do. I do. Listen. I've been married to the game, have to say I do. I've been married to the game, have to say I do. So many fake people don't even surprise you. Surprise you, huh? Listen. And niggas on their back, they watching you. You gotta keep going, ladies. We gotta keep moving. On the back, they watching you. They watching you. Do what you gotta do. Niggas on your back, they watching you. Yo, luxury. Oh. You gotta do what you gotta do. And on their back, they watching you, watching you. Oh, watching you, watching you. They watching you, watching you. Miss Luxury, that's one of the songs when I mentioned about King Parade in the hood looking like Coachella. Anybody went to the King Parade? Martin Luther King Parade? We used to go right before the pandemic, but I literally put that in there because the hood, King Parade really do be looking like Coachella. It be so many, like I was talking about, African Americans, us, so many of culture. I was in the King Parade when I was in Audubon. I went to Audubon, playing the little drums and stuff back in the day, dog. But just I put that all that in the content of the music just so y'all to understand. I come from the Crenshaw district. I'm a young entrepreneur. I went to Crenshaw, I went to Audubon. I grew up in that whole community, and I'm just talking about, just the upbringings of my life and just the tragedies and certain things that I overcame and the obstacles. So this next song is called Burn Emotions. That's one of my songs that I dropped. Y'all can check that out on YouTube. And Burn Emotions is just about letting out your feelings. You know, that's why I came up with the brand Define Perfect. Nobody's perfect. That's why Simone had, you know, the shirt that says flaws are yours, wear them, and just embrace who you are. So this next song is about, like I said, burning them emotions out and just being you. So we're going to go to the next one, y'all. I don't want to talk too much. Luxury look, but it was all to the emotions, got the best of you. To each his own, and shadow with nothing but the residue. And you can pay the full price in a minute that's really hating you. Break bread with them, but when they got up, act like you was dead to them. I'll take that. Mask on, they collide for so long. Got the nerve to ask me why I've been thugging along. Hospitality, not the ones that's in a suit that set you up to melt. We are not the same, just want me up on the scale. I'm reaching for the greatness, and I'm still up in the process. Shut up in the building like I was born up in the projects. Go half and half with you, and you don't even see the profit. Focus what's in your pocket, boy, they out of pocket. I'm born big O's, I sport an Audi. Hard knock, hard for you to figure out. I'm quick to spot them. Didn't mean for it to happen, but it had to. Took everything I was telling on, I had to pedal. Wrong place, wrong time, and with your life jacket. God forbid, cause a lot happened. Over exhausted, head high, orange and white status. Might as well thrash it. And oh, I think they like me, no, they flatter with it. They flatter with the passion on it. Bringing up their hood enemies like they clapping one. But it's luxury. Yes, luxury. But listen though, it's hard to look forward. And when you're worried about them doors closing, and all the voices in your head, you won't know them. And all the voices in your head, you won't know them. I said I need everything. I need everything. Wait, you hear me? I need everything. I need everything, everything. If you need everything, say, hey, luxury. You work for hard. Walk up in my testimony, no need to fear it. Whatever you heard about me, believe me, bitch, don't need to clear it. On the stack, I'm stand postal, but I'm very local. Anybody can't be around, I'm very oval. Taking care of family, want applauses when you're really supposed to. Soul, definition something that you're not. Use about. Yo, soul, you know, I call myself an alpha, y'all. Like, you know, like the alpha omega. I'm an alpha woman. That's what I, you know, call myself that. And Unk, I used to have an Unk before I had a cross, and I lost it. But, you know, like the Unk is like the eternal life and stuff like that. So that's why I say Unk soul, because you know, it's eternally. You know what I'm saying, y'all? But I ain't going to get too deep. And that's why I came with the next, that's why I came out with the next song, Ego. Because when you are sure who you are, sometimes people, they be like, that ain't her. Or that ain't him. You know, when you walk in that dignity and you walk with your head high, some people like to second guess who you are because they be so unsure. They trying to figure out, why do you have your head high? You know what I'm saying? How are you able to overcome these obstacles? So that's when I came out with the song called Ego, because you know it's like two egos, like the bird, and then we got ego, right? EGO. So if y'all know about the bird ego, you know the woman ego, that's like one of the most dominant birds. And she forever protect her nest, and she protect her eggs. So that's why I came out with Ego. So this song, I dropped this song too, y'all. All these videos y'all can check out. Let's go to the last one, bro. Oh, y'all can hear me? Y'all can hear me? Yo. But listen though. I shine bright when the candle not lit. On fire, no big. And so dope too, they so pitiful. Respect the most high. Break fingers cause no such thing as miracles. And pray when they in the debt. Decisions that they make expect you. Push you in some stress, I'm unavailable. Can't man said they would stand down before the check. See, I'm always on deck like a lifeguard. I'm still riding dirty in my look, quick to flash. And niggas thirsty. I'm still manifesting the goals when Adolf used to chirp me. And nigga knew I was a badass when she used to burn me. I'm in the storm for over decade. Break your bonds, turn for head to hold. You need a neck brace. And stay focused, they gon' be there. You need to get yourself straight. What did I expect you to crap? You know that's a failed aim. I apologize, I'm speaking too fast. Listen though. I said I'm covered in big wings. Ego. I said I got an ego. I said I'm covered in big wings. Ego. They said I got an ego. Oh, hey, an ego. But listen, cause I walk like this. Hey. And I talk like this. Hey. Ego. Yeah. Ego. Oh. Ego. Listen though. Ego. See, I nothing less fortunate when it's audit. Boss your whole issue up. Waking up, eyes filled with crust. Giving urgency, showing up the urgency. Up, throwing tabs so the birds can eat. I don't want to click up, no need to merge in me. Put trust in who, put hoes up in your back like a fucking bagel. Attracted to the grind, plus the money fatal. Been some years since I watched some cable, but keep it moving, who gon' pay you? Keep a red nigga who gon' save you. Give it a cloth, you better make the table. Look in the mirror, that's the only one that can really face you. Hear me? Look in the mirror, that's the only one that can really face you. I said I'm covered in big wings, ego. They said I got an ego. They said I got I said an ego? They said I got an ego. Hey, ego. Ego. I said ego. Yeah. Ego, 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 ego. We are omnipotent, ladies. Keep it going. It's luxury. I'm covered in big wings. Ego. They said I got an ego. They said I got a. Hey. They said I got an ego. Ego. Covered in big wings. Ego. Thank y'all. Hey, shout out to Simone, everybody. I thank y'all.
Covered in big wings, ego. Hey! Man, she did that. She did that. But next, we got Tatiana Gucci. She's a New York stand-up comedian and an improviser. Okay, come on. Based in LA. She's performed all over from the Laugh Factory to the Comedy Cellar. It's Tatiana Gucci!
You guys act like COVID isn't real anymore. I love all of y'all in this room. I'm not catching it for you, though. I'm not getting that vaccine. Hello, how are we? This is nice. I feel like I'm in the botanical garden, you know? Do you understand? Do you see all the plant flavor? It's so nice. It's so nice here. How are we feeling, man? This is a crazy feeling. It's the first time on a stage in a year. In a year. It's been a weird year. Year of growth, year of pain. I realize I don't like myself. All my friends at the beginning of the year were like, you know, take yourself on a date. Self-love, self-care, self-care. It's so important. Love yourself first. But I'm like, I don't date broke bitches. I'm not my own type. You know, as a woman, as a female comedian, it's tough. It's a weird space I'm in. I think for me, I've heard some weird things, right? I've had people come up to me after shows like, oh, don't you think you're too pretty to be a comedian? And I'm like, bitch, this didn't happen until like 2 weeks ago. I mean, my teeth were crip walking like last year. They were like a bitch got TMJ and shit. Like I gotta wear a night guard. Like I am not cute. I did have to buy a night guard. That shit is expensive. It's just the nigga that stands at my door. He's like, stop grinding. That nigga's expensive, bro. Nah, yeah. I mean, it's a weird experience, right? You being a female in comedy, and you know, it's Women's History Month, and I feel like I have to acknowledge a woman, right? And for me, that one is Zaya Wade. She is a woman who is living in her truth. She's gonna change the world. She really truly is. But my God, am I fucking jealous. Do you know what I would give to be Dwayne Wade's son? I would be balling with Bronny right now. Fuck out of here. I am so jealous of that bitch. Fuck her. I love you, Zaya. Yo, man, it's a crazy experience being a woman. I mean, we go through hell and back. We're powerful, you know? Do you know how powerful it is to be a woman, you're like, I got cramps. Everyone's like, whoa, 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 whoa. What you need, what you need, what you need, Ma, what you need, what you need, what you need, like what you need. You know what I'm saying? That's power. It's the type of power we yield, man. Man, one of the most powerful women in my life is my mother. I love that woman to death. She's probably watching right now. What up, mama? I love her. She's so funny. She doesn't even know that she's funny. She came here from Japan on her own, and like that's crazy. You don't know the language. You don't know anybody. I was in that situation. It is crazy to be in a land where you don't know how to communicate with anybody. Like that is a crazy situation to be in. It makes you feel like you're wiping your ass with computer paper. I will explain. I was in the Czech Republic, right? This was like summer 2 years ago. I was there for a wedding. It was just the dopest summer. And everyone was so welcoming. This was in Přerov, Czech Republic, okay? So it's not anywhere like anyone knows. It's not like Prague or anywhere crazy. It's like 5 miles out from the Caucasian manufacturing plant. Like, that's where it is. They have never seen this many black people in their life. So we're just getting stares. Like, oh my God, they're real. That is so cool. At least that's what I think it would sound like in Czech. But I'm getting down, I'm drunk, I'm having the time of my life at this wedding. Yeah, getting down. You know what I'm saying? And I run out of toilet paper in my hotel room. It's 3 in the morning, right? And I'm literally in the cabin in the woods in Přerov, Czech Republic. And I have to somehow communicate to this woman that I have run out of toilet paper in my room. I'm drunk, my phone's dead, there's no Google Translate at this point, right? And for me, I try to make myself, I try to be empathic to everyone, right? So I will like change the accent that I'm using so people will understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You do that weird shit, right? So like my best example of this is like, I'm from New York, right? I'm from New York, you feel me? And I got stopped. You get stopped all the time to get directions in New York. I get stopped I clearly look like I know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing in life, but okay. I get stopped for directions, and I'm like, yeah, you just go down, you walk down Delancey Street, you're gonna hit Houston, make a left, you'll see the sign, MTA, you're there. This guy was like, yo, slow down, like, I don't understand what you're saying. And I kind of heard his accent, so I was like, oh, shit, okay, let me try this again. Okay, look, listen to me one time, so close to me, look, okay. You walk down to the Delancey Street. You keep cross intersection, make left turn, Houston Street, MTA. You see big sign, you won't miss, you're there. We had fun that night, bro. My last name is Tran now. Bro, I do that just so I can communicate better. You slow it down based on who you're talking to. I mean, every language is not the same, right? I don't know a lick of Czech, and I'm trying to communicate to this woman at 3 in the morning. I don't have toilet paper. So I look at her, in her blue eyes. It's dim. It's just about as dim as this room. I'm like, ma'am, I don't have any toilet paper. And she's like, in all of her Czech glory, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, this is not gonna go well. So I slow it down, and I'm like, I leave it to 2 words. Toilet paper. You gotta get one of those. You gotta get one of those words. What? Or whatever that means, whatever that is in Czech. All right. Back to the drawing board. Toilet paper, bitch. I need toilet paper. You are playing games with me. This is an emergency. Okay? I am drunk. I need to go. And she's like, okay. She looked at me like intently, and she recognized one of the words I said. She's like, okay. And she turns around, goes to her printer, pulls out a stack of computer paper and hands it to me. Now you're just playing with my time. This is wrong. So now it is 3:30 in the morning and I'm crying tears because I'm wiping my ass with computer paper. And I have never felt struggle so deep and painful in my life. That's why I respect anyone who tries their absolute hardest at anything, you know? That's what it's like to be a woman. I don't think those two equate. I don't think that equated at all. Yeah. Can we just quickly talk about Meghan Markle and Harry? Can we just real quick? Like, I mean, you didn't know that the actual symbol and pinnacle of imperialism, colonialism, was racist? You didn't know? You had no clue. Like, zero clue. You didn't have a single clue going into that. I feel like all of England was like, bitch, we could have told you that shit. I've been to South London. All of South London was like, Meg, are you serious, bruv? Are you for real, bruv? He's a mixed race chick. See, there's a huge difference between being mixed race, being mixed, and being biracial. Meghan Markle is biracial. There's a difference. When you mix, you mix. Like, I know I'm black at the end of the day. You see me, you're like, oh, she black though, you know what I mean? Yeah. But when you're biracial, I just can't. I get the feeling that the institution, like, bitch, shut up. You knew. You fucking, come on. You had to know. I mean, I guess you grew up in LA. You basically look like a white girl with bronzer. Like, I get it. We get it, but sis, even Harry was like, yo, my nigga. He ain't say that. He knows better. He knows better. Them freckles know better, but man, that whole situation's fucking weird. Have y'all not seen the Queen's face? Like, we've seen her face, right? She looked, if Big Lizzie, right? If Shorty was like a regular girl in the street, if she walked into a Starbucks, you feel me? I feel like everyone would be like, oh my God, here we go. My God, what is she gonna complain about today? She's just got one of them faces, you know what I mean? You mean just. Like, she wakes up and chooses to be this every single day. That's exhausting. And she's like 300 years old. That is beyond me. Beyond me. That's my only opinion on that matter. God, well, year. What has even happened this year? You know, the CDC just added zombie preparedness to the. What are they planning? What is happening? How about that? Well, let's start there. What is happening? Zombie preparedness? So you mean to tell me we just released this crazy-ass vaccine that you probably did zero testing on. You're like, kind of works. Pushed it out to the people. And now I'm looking on the CDC website and they're like, by the way, the dead might be walking. You know that show that you guys were watching? Yeah, take fucking notes. I mean, it's March. We are 3 months in this bitch. Just put that in perspective. Oh, man. Yeah, this is the life I live. I just watch things. I'm constantly in a state of perpetual stress. I'm listening to Erin speak, right? And I'm like, oh my God, she's so introspective. Asking herself all these like reflection questions. Do you know what I asked myself yesterday? I said, if tomorrow I just dropped dead, if I only had 24 hours to live, what would I do? Do you know what the answer was? I would drop mad acid and fuck bitches, bro. That was my answer to myself. I'm like, how do I become you? How do I do that? I don't. I won't. I refuse. You can't do both. You can't. I can't exist without you, and you can't exist without me. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, being a woman is amazing, an amazing feat, and I just have the pleasure of being in front of all of these amazing women and all of the hard work and amazing things that they do. I honestly don't even feel like I withstand to half the things that you do, because my idea is to pay to get to be being stupid. That's the only goal I have in life. I want to be paid to be stupid every single day of my life. And I realize this because my skill set is just about that. That's the extent that it goes. It's like can chew gum while walking is really dumb, and those are like the two things that I'm really good at. And I barely making it on that one. She said, and being a woman, I'm. Yeah, that's a fun existence that one is. But I have I'm so thankful that I was given the stage, and I thank you guys so much for your time. My name is Tatiana Gucci. You can follow me on all platforms. Thank you so much for bringing me on the show and letting me close out. I'll give it back to the amazing, amazing Simone. You guys have a great night.
Hey, she killed it. And we was talking about getting a little shot, going to the liquor store and get a little shot just to loosen up. She already loose. I mean, that didn't sound right, but she killed it. She killed it, and I respect all the women that performed. It was just like it was literally a variety show, like a variety of different women. Like, that was crazy. Like, now I feel spiritual. Now I feel a little pop twist of indie, a little Crenshaw District on the side, a little stupid. Nah, I already got that in me too, so we good. But and a big shout out to Adam for creating this show for women. Oh my gosh, I'm so thankful to be a part of it. He's also going to be having another show next month. What am I talking about next week? Next month. So make sure y'all tune in, okay? Tune in. He's making moves too, okay? But that's the end of our show. All right?